back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier is tired of being dragged down by his longtime rival Jon Jones. Now, speaking with the media after his big title defense versus Volkan Ozdemir at UFC 220, of course the media asked him right after his fight, as they always do, so what's next? Or have you thought about Jon Jones? And usually the fighters right after a fight aren't trying to think about their next fight, as Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight champion, said, like, man, already? Like, even though they were talking about a super fight with Daniel Cormier, he's like, I'm trying to go home and enjoy my wife and enjoy my win before, we start making plans for my next fight. And so, but this is what Daniel Cormier had to say whenever he was asked about a potential third fight with Jon Jones, even though he lost the first two, technically, but even though we all know, like, it's just me and you, even though we all know that Daniel Cormier's most recent loss to Jon Jones was overturned when Jon Jones tested positive for a steroid violation and then was stripped of his title. So that win was overturned. But technically, Jon Jones has defeated Daniel Cormier twice, and usually when that's the case, when somebody's up 2-0, you don't have a trilogy fight. But now with this loss being overturned, Daniel Cormier, he's responded. This is what he had to say. He said, I don't know if I can put myself through it again. I've done everything right, and I've just been dragged down by this guy constantly. So I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to do my thing for right now. Now, there's a couple things to consider here. Daniel Cormier has also said that he's going to retire by the age of 40, and he turns 40, I believe, in like May of 2019. So we only got about 1 year left of Daniel Cormier fights, and that could be either 2 or 3 fights. I mean, 4 would be pushing it, but usually that's probably going to be 2 or 3 fights left for Daniel Cormier. Really, realistically, the only way he fights Jon Jones is if Jon Jones gets like a mirror, passes the USADA testing, because Jon Jones is liable to be out for 2 to 4 years, and if that is the case, Daniel Cormier will be retired by the time Jon Jones does come back. Now, if Jon Jones has taken a polygraph recently to help try and prove his innocence, and USADA's been working with Jon Jones trying to test supplements to see if he had a tainted supplement, and so there is a very slight chance Jon Jones does get a shorter suspension, and if that does happen, we can probably talk about a Jon Jones Daniel Cormier fight. But as of right now, Daniel Cormier is not interested in all the Jon Jones talk. That has been a long-time rival, but there's the talks of Daniel Cormier versus the heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic in the champion versus champion super fight. DC has said he's not super interested in that because his teammate Cain Velasquez is coming back soon. But there's also Alexander Gustafsson, who's been waiting on a title shot, and other things. So one thing I want to say before I get out of here on this video is, man, I'm surprised whenever Daniel Cormier isn't asked about Jon Jones. Like, whenever he's asked about the trilogy, like, yeah, I think I could beat a clean Jon Jones. Like, if he would say that one time, I would be fucking in. I'm telling you, that's all he had to say. But he's never really taken that approach, and for whatever reason, maybe it's just because Daniel Cormier is super respectable or something. But I don't know. It's like, to me, that's like an elephant in the room. Like, I'm surprised he isn't like more on Jon Jones's head. Like, he just, I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to bring up the memories of that fight. It was pretty embarrassing, that loss, and there's not much you can say when you lost the fight twice. So I don't know. It is what it is, man. But Daniel Cormier said that he's moving on. He's not looking forward to the Jon Jones trilogy as of right now. But he did say he's in a weird spot. He said he definitely, at some point, all he wants to do is fight him again. But he just, at this moment in his life, he's not focused on Jon Jones. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about Daniel Cormier moving on and tired of being dragged down by Jon Jones. And do you think Jon Jones will be back in time to fight Daniel Cormier? Or do you think this is all just talk because these guys were great rivals? I don't know. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.